What is up, guys? It is TK Whopper, and we're doing another tutoring. This time we're going to be watching Andino, I thought his name was Andino the entire time. Andino, no, it's Ahri. I'm bad with names. His name was X Beastin' It Up X, and I didn't realize that until after I'd already posted the video. I feel so stupid. Well, anyway, his name is Andino, so it's like audio but with the N. So, he's playing Ahri in the mid lane, and he's against a Vigar. That lane's kind of actually hard. Any Vigar lane is just, it makes it really interesting. Because Vigar is a weird champion. Like, he has pretty weak lane presence until he can burst you. And then once he can burst you, he has so much lane presence, it's ridiculous. It's so hard to beat a Vigar once he can burst you, because if you even get touched by him, by the stun, you're just dead. So, something I want to note, he hasn't taken his first spell yet. That's good. Don't take it until you have to. He's going to leash. I generally like standing there. Yep, where he just was when you're gonna leash until you actually have to go leash. Like, this is a little risky. Vigar could catch him out with a stun, and then it could be chained to a Nami bubble if they were all standing right there. I mean, he's just kind of trolling around, obviously, but just don't do that. It's better safe than sorry. Boing. 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 The audio is kind of in sync. That was weird. Off sync, not in sync. I think he gave a Q auto attack. That's fine. So against a Vigar. Alright, first of all, Vigar's... Alright, auto attack. Alright, against a Vigar, you gotta do a lot of things. First of all, he's an inherently squishy champion. Ugh. So you'll win poke with him. Go auto attack. So, alright. See, that auto attack was good. You want to land auto attack poke whenever you can. And, see right there, he could have gotten another auto attack off. And now, because Vigar started Boots 4, and Ahri started Crystalline Flash 3, she has more sustain than him, and her passive is sustain. So even if she comes out of a trade a little behind, as in Vigar deals 70 damage to her and she deals 50 to him, she actually came out on top because she has increased sustain. So what she should be doing is, first of all, you don't want to use your Q to farm. That's just not good. Because now she landed a taunt, but she didn't have the Q up. Now granted she did, she couldn't have gotten that kill. I was going to say maybe with a flash auto attack. That was good. Can you land the taunt? Nah. Oh, wait. I lagged out. I don't know if she hit the taunt. That was good. She played that well. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta go really aggressive early on in a Vigar lane, because if you guys just both farm to 6, by the time he comes back, he's gonna beat you. Now, she's using her Q to farm a lot. I don't really like that. Like, first of all, she missed the siege. I'm pretty sure she missed the siege. Or maybe that 35 gold was from the siege, but I think she missed it. Like, try not to use your spells to farm as much as possible. Unless you actually need to push your lane fast, there's no real... Like, she wanted to push the lane here to deny Vigar some XP while Vigar was dead. Now, she didn't know that she wanted to do that, but she did. Maybe she did know. I don't want to give her too little credit. But, okay, that was actually fine. Ordinarily, you don't want to use spells to CS because it's a waste of mana. But if you're... Whenever you kill your land opponent, what you want to do is push the lane really fast. Well, you have two options. One, push the lane really fast, get it to their tower so they're denied CS while they're dead, and then recall and come to the lane with an advantage. Or you can stay in lane and just freeze it and try and sustain, and then by the time they come back, you'll have levels on them, and you'll probably be around even in health. So she chose to push it out, which is good. Alright, so now what she wants to do, she has a lane advantage, which is important. You have to, well, you don't have to, but when, alright, she should go, alright, he just missed the stun. He might be getting a gank, because that was really aggressive. No gank. Alright, that was a good Q. It got the siege and good poke. Is she going to ward? No. Yes? I don't really like that ward. I personally would ward there. I mean, that ward's fine. That ward's okay, I guess. I just prefer that ward. He's getting good poke down. He's maxing Q. Some people actually max W. It's surprising, but some people don't enjoy that. Because it's good damage and it can't be dodged, which is the big thing. The lower elo you are, the more you're going to want to max Q, because the lower elo you are, the harder it is for people to dodge your Q. But at high elos, it's really easy to dodge stuff, or at least people are better at it, so they're going to be leveling their W because that's guaranteed damage. Alright, so now he got 6. He could have killed. See, alright, he's still going in. Don't walk into the stun. That was really bad. If he had waited just like 1 more second, the stun would have gone away. But that was a mistake by him. So, as you heard me say, he could have killed. He killed, or he went in like a second or half a second after oh no, not more than half. He went like a full second or 2 after I said that, which means it was really risky because he had no idea where Warwick was at that time. So, does he have passive up? Why did he ghost? So, you only want to go aggressive when you know that it's going to work out for you. See, he ended up getting the kill, but it was much more worth it for Vigar because Vigar got an assist. Well, it was a kill and an assist versus just a kill. And she was worth more gold than Vigar was. So it was definitely worth it for Purple Team as a whole. So, what she should have done is... Alright, first of all, she should have dodged that. Whenever you're playing against a Vigar or anyone with a skill shot like that, you gotta dodge it whenever you can. That was okay Q farming, because she ended up getting the siege, or the mage on the end, she would have missed. But, in terms of when you want to go aggressive, you only really want to go aggressive when you know their jungler is there, or you're sure you can kill them. Now, if she had gone in a little bit earlier, when I said to, she would have been far and way enough from tower range to kill him without actually taking any tower shots. But, another mistake that she made was she missed her taunt. She ulted. What you gotta do is you gotta ult taunt really fluently, kind of in one motion, and then you can use your Q, all your spells, and then you can use another ult for damage. But what you want to, alright, you don't want to walk just straight up back into it. Like, alright, that was actually good. That was good. She realized that he had used, alright, maybe she did. But this is what you want to do. Against the Vigar, he has 1 CC. That's it. Once he uses that, he's a sitting duck. So after Vigar uses his E, you want to zone him for the next roughly 15 seconds, because that's the cooldown on that ability. And that's the problem with Vigar, that if you ever miss an E, or even if you hit it but don't get too much out of it, the enemy really has a chance to go aggressive on you. So, that was good. But, something you never want to do if it can be avoided is using your third ult charge as damage. Because how do I put this? Ahri's main escape is her ultimate. Like, her other abilities really don't help her escape that well. So, I don't know why she went around. She should have just gone that way. Yeah, see, if she had been there, she could have taunted him right as he went for that, and she could have interrupted it. See, this whole thing was a bad idea. First of all, she failed her flash. That was just hate your flashes. That, I don't want to blame her, because Zach decided to counter jungle really, really risky. Like, that wasn't safe by Zach at all, so I'm not going to blame him for that. That was a bad flash. Wukong. But anyways, as I was saying about the ult charge thing, her ult is her escape. So what you want to do is you want to use Alt E, and then land your combo. If you need it, ult closer and then keep auto attacking, because after you use all your spells, you don't really have anything else other than auto attack. And then if that doesn't kill them, you can use the third ult charge for damage, but that's to be avoided as much as possible, because if you get ganked right after you kill them and you've used all 3 of your ult charges, you really have no escape. So you want to save that last ult charge in case you get ganked. And just don't go into their jungle without wards. Like, he should have just left Zach, to be honest. Because Zach, I was just really risky by Zach. And there was no real point to it. Alright, now, that ward's not great. If you're going to ward mid, oh, see, there it was. Now, don't use your last, alright, actually, she had to, because she was taking tower. and she wasn't gonna get that Q. But see there, it couldn't be avoided to use the third all charge. But if it could be, you wouldn't want to. So I don't like this ward. To be honest, as a mid, I feel like you can cover your lane with 3 wards. This is what you do. You want to ward here. These 2 wards are really good, right there and there. And then you can ward there if you're worried about them coming from behind. And this ward's not really needed because they'll probably come down around here and then through there. So you don't really have to ward there. This ward is definitely not the ward you want on mid. So now she's roaming bot. She should go back mid. She's not doing anything right now, and she's wasting her time. There's no point in her being down here. She should really have just gone back mid. She's missing all of this CS right now. And that means she's missing the experience, she's missing the gold. I have no idea what that is. 1 second. Wow, that. Well, let's continue this. I was watching the PAX Prime, but they were in between games, and it was just showing like who was gonna play next. And then suddenly they just put on really, really loud music. So wow. All right, that was okay then. Moving on. All right, that was good. But she waited too long. Alright, oh, does she have her ultimate? Oh, no. Okay, it wasn't good. Alright. A couple things. She sent her Q at Nami. That was stupid. Nami was out of range, and she should have... Alright, she should be going back now. Oh, as soon as she saw him, she should have been recalling. And by recalling, I mean moving back to tower. Now I think she's dead. Oh, no, she's not, because Vigar is not very good. So, it's always better to get a guaranteed hit. She could have definitely hit Tristana and Warwick with that Q, but instead she chanced it and tried to kill Nami. It would have been much better to get that guaranteed hit on both of them. And then when she was running, she missed a taunt. That was bad. That's just practice. You want to avoid missing taunts as much as possible. And then as soon as she saw Vigar from that ward, she should have started running away. But instead, she waited long and she had to use her ultimate to escape. She didn't originally have to. But now she has no ult, so she's weak. So, Ahri's roam is all, like, 90% in her ultimate. You shouldn't be roaming without your ultimate because you're not going to do a lot. So she shouldn't have been waiting in that bot bush for so long without her ultimate. You only really want to roam if your ultimate's up, and even then, only when your lanes are pushed. Their bot lane was pushed to their tower, and she did nothing sitting in that bush for so long. That's such just a waste of time and a waste of efficiency. He should start a... That was just... Did he even get the knockup? That was just retarded of Zach. You will always want to pick up your blobs if you can. There were so many blobs on the ground. That was really, really bad by him. So, wow. She missed like all those minions with that Q. You want to make sure they actually die. Getting minions low... Actually, no, on Ahri it's fine because you can just W, so never mind. But just if you're going to go gank somewhere, make sure you can actually do something before you gank. Because a wasted gank, if you gank and then you fail, you just wasted all that experience mid, all that gold mid, and now you're probably going to be behind your lane partner if he decided not to roam. Now, in that case, Vigar did decide to roam. But on Vigar, you should, to be honest, just stick in your lane because you need to farm up that Q if you want to get big. But that's beside the point. I wish if the box made it... There's a dude who's in Diamond 1 who only plays Vigar, and his summoner name is the Box, and he is legit. I really want to watch him. I wish he streamed or something, because I love Vigar. I think Vigar is really, really fun to play. So, I would definitely watch a stream to get better at him. He should have hit that mage minion. In CSing, if one minion's gonna... Alright. This is something a lot of people mistake, and sometimes even I mistake. It doesn't... Alright, when CSing, don't look for how low health a minion is. Look at when a minion's gonna die. Alright, first I'll commentate this, and I'll tell you guys what I've done. That was a good ult, but I think he missed the taunt. Alright, what you want to avoid as much as possible is using your ultimate. She did it there. It did end up not mattering, but maybe she could have saved his passive. You don't want to ultimate when you're right next to them just for the damage. Unless they're really low and the ult's going to kill them. Because your ult is... The mobility is huge, and you really don't want to waste that. So what you should have done is waited until Lee Sin either kicked her away or tried to juke, and then use the ult to catch back up. Or you can. The only other time would be acceptable is if your ult is about to run out. Then you can do it. But she really should have just held her ult. She did it when she was right next to him, and she only got the damage when she could have used the mobility later if she had saved it. So, anyways, back to the what I was saying. The box, Vigar. What's it saying? Wow, I can't believe I forgot this. I said I was gonna go back to it, and then I forgot what I was saying. It was about Ahri. I don't know, man. I don't know, I'm sorry. Damn, wow, I can't believe that just happened. I completely forgot. Nah, whatever. Moving on. Whatever. On with the game. Alright. Does she have ult up? She can kill him. That's... Alright. No, she ulted. Alright. What you never want to do on Ahri. That ended up working out. She didn't need that flash. I'm almost positive she didn't need it. Alright. A couple things. First of all, you want to pop the crystal flask as the instant you take damage. Just keep spamming that one until it's up the entire fight and you're getting that regen. Second of all, if you're gonna ult, you have to ult E and you gotta land that. It's gotta be fluent. Ideally, they can't flash out. I mean, it's always able to, but it's hard to react fast enough if they ult E fluently. You want to stay and basically get full health generally. Like there's no real points leaving because she's not actually. The only time you want to leave base when you're not full health is when you're gonna make an immediate impact after you leave base. An immediate impact. She didn't make an immediate impact there, so there was no real point to not getting full health. Alright. So what you want to do is you want to ultimate E immediately. You want it to be fluent. Because there, it was unfluent and it was really, really sloppy by her. This is just stupid. Lee Sin is 5 and 3. You can't duel her. You're going to want to juke down. That was good, but you're dead anyway. Oh, good ult. The ult came up just in time. I think she's still dead. Just ult down. Because the reason I would have said, or you don't want to use your ults preemptively, but I was scared that Warwick would be coming through that bush, and so you want to ult down to make sure he can't taunt you. I mean, ult you. So here, she's got to be scared of a dive, because a Warwick ult is just targetable CC. Like, Warwick's going to ult. Alright, Warwick should have ulted somebody. He didn't, but he really should have. I think they should, to be honest, just leave this tower. See, now she's dead. I mean, they're going to get that kill, but that was because he played it. Warwick played it sloppily. Warwick should have been diving with him, so Lee Sin would have had W'd out too. Like, with the vision, you gotta be wary. When Warwick has vision on you, you have to be aware that he always is gonna know where you are, and they pretty much always have you warded. So she should have known that Lee Sin could Q to her, and then not gone in. Oh yeah, as I was saying earlier, you don't want to ult into tower range as much as possible. It's to be avoided. Because she just ult and skirmish around tower range, but never go into it. And never walk straight into a Vigar stun. That's a big mistake she made. That's a big mistake. I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to say. Anything else of value. Wee bonk. That was fun to watch. Thwack. Thwack. Says don't ult in the tower range. Roam when your ult's up. Try and ult E. It's gotta be fluent. League is all about fluency and like kinda like making your spells together to make one super spell. Okay, that was good. And she didn't ult. I'm impressed by that. You don't want to ult unless you have to, or if you need the damage. And she knew she didn't need the damage there. But now, you know Lee Sin's in there. Wow. No, she ulted away. I don't think it would have mattered, but you don't want to ult away. You're going to get ulted. Or no, his ult is down, I think. But it's about to come back up. Yeah, she just waited for the stun to run out. That was smart because she couldn't have done anything. Here she should just be running. Leave Zach. Yeah, she went back in for that taunt. Okay. She keeps going back in when she's and she has no escape. If she gets stunned, she's just gonna die. She should probably just get out. She can't take him. You see the Lee Sin attacking those. See, like, she really should have gotten back when she had the chance. Now she's just gonna die. Okay, well, Lee Sin missed his Q. But she should have died. Just get out, man. When you're and you're not actually really doing anything, you gotta recall. You gotta realize when you're not actually helping your team out and just go back. Oh, wait. Let me do this. Yay. All pretty. Oh, I was saying something about CSing. That's what I was saying. Okay, what you don't want to look at the minions that are low health. You want to look at the minions that are going to die next. Because let's say there's a siege minion that's at like a third health, and then there's a mage minion that's at 1 health in the back line. What you don't want to do, which a lot of people would do, is attack that mage minion because they're like, oh, it's so low, and then kill it. But while you attack the mage minion and your auto attack's on cooldown, all of your minions were ganging up on the siege, and now the siege is dead. You want to look at the minions that are gonna die next. You don't. He's gonna get stunned. You don't want to look at the low health of the minions. Just make sure you get all the ones that are going to die, not just based on how low they are. Alright, so there she ulted in. Alright, she got immediately canceled. That was good, but she... Alright, she used her last ult. Alright, she played that 5. She used her last ult to get into the pit more. I don't really like that choice because... And then she walked up. You don't want to walk up close to where Lee Sin. See, she's dead now because she did that. You never want to walk up next to a Lee Sin when you're a ranged character. Every single one of Ahri's spells has a long range, and the point of Ahri is that you stay at a distance and you kite. Right there, she walked up straight next to Lee Sin, who is a melee champion, and you just never want to be next to Lee Sin. Because he's going to kill you. Because Lee Sin's all about being in close range with that E and the auto attacks and the Hydra. So she should have just stayed at a distance, try and use her spells, and it might have worked out better. Well, it didn't work out. And then, yeah, as I was saying, I don't like using she didn't really need home guard. You don't need home guard until later in the game, really. It's just kind of a waste of gold at this spot. I mean, it helps you get back to lane faster, and if you're recalling a decent amount, sure. Or if you're scared they're going to, like, Baron after you recall, sure. But in this situation, it wasn't needed. In fact, did she have the gold for Abaddon's? She had the gold for Abaddon's if she didn't get home guard. She definitely should have gotten her Abaddon's, not home guard. See, there it was. There's the fluency I'm talking about. It wasn't as fluent as I would have liked. It took like a third of a second more, or maybe even a quarter of a second. But it still was good. You ult E immediately. You get that stun. You burst them down. That's what I'm talking about, alright. Oh yeah, okay. I've never really gotten to finish this sentence. You want to... Don't... Ulting into the pit put her kind of out of the fight for a while because she had to walk out of the pit. She was just using her ult for damage. She could have easily ulted out of it, and she would have just been better positioned for the rest of the fight and still gotten the use of her ult. Alright, there, without DFG and without her ultimate, she really doesn't have that much burst. So she shouldn't have, hey, she's Frosty. Without her ultimate and without her DFG, she has no burst, so she shouldn't have ignited Nami thinking she could get the kill. That was a good taunt. Look at that chain CC. She missed that taunt. That's just... Like, every time she misses a taunt, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's bad. That's just practice. Just learn to hit your taunts. That was a good Q. It hit both of them. You don't really want to taunt the Warwick because he has tenacity and he's not doing that much anyway. If you can, use your CC on someone else. But if that's the only person you can hit, then I guess that's okay. And so now she's so they should just be running. Because she can't do anything. She can auto attack. That's not doing anything for her team. She should really just be running. Alright, well actually no, she can push this tower down. Because they're both so low, both the people who live. But and she regenerated enough mana to do one taunt, which is all she needs. But, as I said, she should have been running. I thought Lee Sin had died. I assumed because it was just a huge fight that Lee Sin had died and that it would be safe to push, which is the only reason I said. If I had actually been paying attention, see, the reason that it's harder for me in this is because normally in a real game I hit tab so much, and when you hit tab you see who you have vision on, who's alive, who's dead, you see all of that. Generally the hitting tab is displayed by the blue team frames over here, or just the frames. What was that W barrier? She should have just accepted she was dead and not use barrier. I don't have these frames up because then I would see the cooldowns of their flash, their ignite, their ultimates, and that would be cheating. So I turn those off. But that means I can't tell who's dead or not, which would be fixed by an easy hitting of tab in a real game. So that's why I told them to keep pushing. I couldn't hit tab and I couldn't see that Lee Sin was alive. But anyway, good pickup on Lee Sin. There is when you're going to want to buy the home guards over the Rabadons. When you have to get to a lane fast and you got to help out your team. That was a good... There it is, again, the fluency. Alright, now I don't like... Alright, she almost walked into that. And then that was really bad by her. She should have just waited until that stun ran out. And by the stun, I mean the box. And then she should have ulted away. Because as soon as you see the Warwick blood scent, you know that he's going to be coming for you. And so, as soon as she saw that, she should have started running. Oh, I just pulled my entire disc. She should have started running, and she should have gotten out of there before she had died. She's been walking into a lot of ego stuns. You really want to avoid that as much as possible. I don't feel like she's 14-6. Wow. She does do some damage, though. She does do some damage. That's undeniable. Boom, boom, home guard away. Go, go, Ahri. Alright. I wonder what she's going to turn that into. To be honest, I would get Wit's End. I would get Abyssal. Because a lot of Ahri's things are kind of close range. Like, it's not close range like Lee Sin close range, but it's close enough range with your ult bringing you near them that you're going to use the advantage of the Abyssal passive enough. And he does magic damage, and he really does magic damage. So even though he has a Void Staff, I would really get the Abyssal just to reduce some of the damage from Warwick. Now, Azonia's would be absolutely okay too. But a Void Staff, I find she has enough damage as it is right now. She doesn't really need more. Alright, there. That wasn't really... She couldn't have done anything. After she got caught in the box, she was dead. Because Vigard used his targetable abilities to kill her. And they got the Lee Sin, so what was it? 1 for 1, I guess? Oh no, 2 for 1. So that was worth it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so... Definitely, she got some wards, that's good. I wouldn't sell a Doran drink to get wards, but if you want to, I guess you can. I really think this is a stupid idea. Like, they don't even have a tank. This is just, if the enemy team was any good, this is going to work out terribly for them. Alright, the enemy team is no good. But this was an awful idea. Alright, they're not even, oh, this is the worst Baron. Alright guys, don't do this in your games. Don't think to yourself, hey, it's working for them, maybe it'll work for me. It's not even working for them, they take it so slowly. Guys, don't do that. That was one of the worst Baron attempts I have ever seen. Because they didn't have it pinked, so the enemy easily could have had vision. They had no way of knowing if the enemy had vision or not, so that was risky. Second of all, they had no vision. All they saw was Tristana bot lane. They didn't know where any of the rest of the team was. This ward was just put down, and so was that one. The enemy could have all been grouped up. And then third of all, it was just stupid. That, I don't know what you did, but it was stupid. No offense. You just want to be... When the rest of your team goes back after a Baron attempt, because they were all low, you want to stick with your team, and you don't want to ditch. She's going to get ulted away, yeah. You want to stick with your team, you don't want to ditch them and go up by yourself. Because when you have Baron buff, you're in the position to close out a game. Or at least come close to closing out a game. So you should, it's really bad if you go out alone and get caught, because then you lose your Baron buff, which would help you a lot in the next fight. So, after the Baron, they all should have recalled, or maybe she could have just held mid, but not gone out there. They all could have recalled, or she could have held mid, and then they would have just grouped up for the next fight, which they inevitably would have won because they had Baron. That was a good ult. If only Wukong hadn't wasted his ult earlier. Where is Ahri, man? Oh, Ahri's in base. He W'd over that. I could see the little thing. Did that W just... Whoa, I gotta watch that again, I'm sorry. Spill forth! That's Nami's ult. Ocean, spill forth! Dude, I swear, that volley just went through the minions. Look, watch. It literally just went through them. That was really weird. I don't even know what that was. Attack. Oh, look at that chunk. Good, alright. That was good. She used her DFG a little bit late. It doesn't really matter. Alright, now use your last ult to go big. Yeah. She could have chained that. She should have gone in with that Ash arrow, because even though Lee Sin was there, the rest of her team had her back, and she could have easily gone in with a taunt on the already arrow Triss, and then while that taunt was active, the Q would have came up and she would have gotten the kill. They end up getting the kill anyway, but they could have gotten it earlier. Yeah, don't walk onto Dark Matters, and don't ult the ground. Now, she just got howled. They got some vision. They should just fall back, take the buffs, take the blue, take that. If she got the void sap, I don't love that. I mean, she wanted more damage. I think she should have gone for some durability, but I guess it's okay. Now this is not safe. How many are top? We only have 2 top. We don't know where Lee Sin is, and well, does she have her ultimate? Oh, she's fine. She can push this down. Yeah. Ahri is extremely safe with her ultimate. It is so hard to kill an Ahri with ultimate. Unless you, like, burst her down, it's crazy. So that's why it's safe to push it. If she didn't have ult, it would be risky, because they don't know where Lee Sin is. Maybe he's dead, but I can't hit tab, so I don't know. See, alright, see, she's ult away immediately. Now just keep ulting. Just keep, no, just get over that wall. Get over that wall. She should have gotten over that wall. It doesn't matter. Alright, she could try to turn it. Does she have her ult charge? Nah, she missed it. And now she has no escape. So, that was risky, unsafe of her, and just not well thought out. Even if she had killed a Vigar, okay, he's going to W to that, and now he's going to Q right there. Nope. She still can't. Oh, if he had Q'd it. If he had... Alright. She lived. But it was extremely risky, and she didn't get anything out of it. I would have just played it safe and just gotten out there. Because you don't want to die with double buffs at this stage in the game. Double buffs, like... I mean, the double buffs are just one of the small things. The real thing is that this late, they're easily in the position to close out the game. And if they would... If one of them died, they would have to wait until she revived to close out the game, and it would make it a lot less safe. So she should have just played it passively, ulted over that wall, and just gotten out. Well, this Warwick couldn't carry. They're gonna 2v3 here so easily. Warwick's not even gonna die. Yeah, see, that was just a matter of their team didn't go in with her. Like, their team went in without their Ahri, who's pretty fed and does a significant amount of damage. See, I really don't like Rylai's on Ahri. I think the slow is just not that great. like maybe if you're going for a tankier build, but she's going straight up damage and then Rylai's. So I don't really like that item choice. I would rather her get an Abyssal Azonius. Because the Azonius gives so much durability with the active. You just Zonius in the middle of a fight, the focus kind of switches from you, and then you can ult away or get another spell off or whatever. She should just get out. Like ult down, just ult down. Alright, she waited. That was bad. If she waited way too long. The instant she saw Lee Sin, she should have ulted, and she would have been out of there. But instead, alright, well, they were doing Dragon, which I actually didn't know. But she still would have been fine. Or maybe she would have gotten Nami ulted, but it's risky to be that deep at this stage without your team. She just gotta, alright, next time she respawns, just stick with your team. Like, stop trying to go balls deep. Her team should do nothing right now. They should wait for their Ahri to come back up. Actually, in that situation, I'm just thinking back, she could have done one or two things. She could have, the instant she saw Lee Sin, bursted him. Actually, he has QSS. But I think she still could have bursted him. But because she does enough damage with Void Staff, DFG, and all of her spells, that I think she could have just bursted him, or she could have ran away. But she chose to do neither, and then ended up dying, and it just didn't work out. These in-game sounds are actually quite loud. Oh, that was, I didn't know that. So your LOL recorder, or your, this isn't LOL recorder. Your LOL recorder sound and your actual league sound can be set at different things. So I kind of feel like this is LOL recorder because it's always in spectator mode, and that's what LOL recorder is. But this is actually not. So the sound was a lot louder because that's my sound for my actual League of Legends. So that's why it was a lot louder. So I think you might not even be able to hear my voice. That's not good. This is good though. She's going big. Now does she have one more ult charge? She used it to go in. It was a little risky, but it's okay because they had already killed 2 members, so it was safe enough. That was a great Zac thing. Close up the game, I would say. Let me put on blue frames for a second. Oh, I really hope it wasn't too loud for you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just close out the game here. Look at those death timers. 27 seconds on Migar at the minimum. Yeah. GG. Lag, 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 lag. It doesn't really matter that it's lagging because the game is over. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching it. I don't feel like waiting for this lag to go away. Oh, it just did anyways. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really sorry if the audio was bad for the first half of the video. I'd be sorry for that. But I'll talk about that in my next video. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. And on Andino, I will see you in Diamonds.